Welcome to Ecoblog Isle of Man.
You mentioned NIMBYism in your video on what does 3 years to carbon neutral look like, and that one of the ways of overcoming NIMBYism is to give people ownership of the energy generation. How can we do that on the Isle of Man?
I will do this in the form of a case study. So this is an idea, but it helps open up a lot of thoughts on what we can actually produce. So let's say we took 5 wind turbines, and those wind turbines were funded through a bond scheme backed by the government, funded by the people of the Isle of Man. In fact, each turbine could be from a particular area or related to a particular part of the Isle of Man, so we really felt ownership of it. Now that process would cost about 130 million to install and have it up and running, and then thereafter you've got maintenance of about 2 million, and you've got repayment to the bondholders. You're going to have to give them a return on their investment, let's say 5%, so £6.5 million. So if you take that whole package and put it together, what do we end up with? We do end up with a cost to society. There is a cost, or an investment, let's call it, and the reason there is a cost is because we're doubling up on our infrastructure. So rather than just using the current infrastructure, which is perfectly workable, apart from it's using fossil fuels, we're now going to have to double up. So we'd end up, per head of population on the Isle of Man, it would cost us about £100 a year. Yeah.
And what would that give us?
That would give us 50% of our current electrical requirements on the Isle of Man.
How does that actually help NIMBYism?
Yes, you've reminded me I haven't answered the question. So NIMBYism is when people feel it's in their own space, and why should they have it? When people are actually involved in the process by investing, they feel that they are taking part in something, and therefore rather than a threat, it actually becomes something to engage with other people in the community, and investment on various levels. So that's the NIMBYism part, but let's say actually this particular project would do more than just help that aspect. You've got an element of energy security, and this is a gut reaction. Often people do feel as though they want to know that the energy supply is reliable. And there's also a feel-good factor on a broader level of feeling that you're doing something, your investment, so the investors, you're doing something that's actually going to bring something good. So there's a feel-good factor. We all respond to something that makes us feel good.
Yeah, so it's kind of great for everyone.
That's right.
Yeah.